All right, we are recording. Hi, Brittany.
Hi, how are you?
I am great. I am great. This is Connie Ashburn, as you all know, National Field Development Director. And to my left, I guess, maybe to their right, I'm not sure how they see it, is our fabulous Brittainy Perry. So tell them a little bit about you so they know. Because some of them may not have met you.
I know. Well, hello, my name is Brittainy Perry. I am the creative director of Pink Zebra, so I'm over marketing and product development here at home office.
So, and you've been with the company how long?
Today actually is my 3-year anniversary.
Oh my gosh, no kidding. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we were live on Facebook a week ago Monday. Obviously, we're talking about ScentFlirt today. And it's always a little challenging on Facebook. So we had a few technical issues. So we thought we would just re-record what we talked about. Because I think what you shared with our consultants on that live was really important, because this is a very different product per se than they've been used to selling.
Yes,
so as we've talked about before, they've got shades and they've got simmering lights and simmer pots, and it's a customer sees it, they know how much it costs, they know what they're going to deliver to them in terms of the quality of the product. So there's really not any unknowns per se. Right. So now we're going into this whole new arena of a subscription program, which is completely a different commodity, I guess I would call it, and very exciting. I mean, it's very exciting that we're adding this to our product line, and I think it's going to help them in a lot of ways. So if you haven't listened to the other recordings, I would suggest that you do. So we're putting these in the academy, and this will be our third one. So we've talked about how to, create income potential. And the first one was just general information about it. And Melina Dixon was on, and she shared some social media tips and that kind of thing. And then next week we have Shannon Fetters, who is another social media expert, in my opinion anyway. So she's going to share some really great ideas about, going into some new markets. So, if you want ScentFlirt to be a great foundational piece for your business, listen to all these recordings, because it'll help just educate you and get you better prepared to promote it, sell it, break into some new markets with it, all kinds of ideas. So I just wanted to ask you, Brittany, what would you like to share in terms of the subscription program in general, and really kind of talk about what they're actually selling?
Right. Well, the one thing I just wanted to touch base on is what a subscription program actually is. In the world right now, there's 2 types of subscriptions. There is one that is strictly for replenishment. So those are the ones where you're just repurchasing items that you already use on an everyday basis. That is something like the Chewy.com subscription, which is for dog food, or the Dollar Shave Club for men, which is razors. Those are 2 things that you're going to buy over and over. So that's the first type of subscription. The second type of subscription is one that introduces new products to new markets and gets new things out there to the field that someone might not have purchased otherwise. And that is more of what ScentFlirt is. ScentFlirt is a really exciting program for your customers, new and existing. And you're going to be able to give them new products on a consistent basis, exclusive products. And the one thing that we really wanted was to be able to give your customers something that they otherwise wouldn't have bought. So for example, we have our different essence categories. I, for one, love clean fragrances. I'm not really a foodie type of fragrance person. You might have customers that love, the chef's tables fragrances, but might not like the Sky and Water fragrances. They don't buy them from you too often. With ScentFlirt, you're going to be able to put all those different essences into your customer's hand, and they're going to be trying things that they otherwise might not have never purchased from you, which is going to make those reorders and those new things that they're buying from you become on a broader range of items, because you're giving them the opportunity to try new products on a very consistent basis.
Yeah, that's interesting when you say that, because I think about, fragrances that we typically are attracted to. So when I look at the catalog and there's 55, 56 fragrances there, what am I going to do? I'm going to go to the stuff that I know I love. Yeah, sure. So it would be interesting. I wonder, when you look at your customers and what they're actually purchasing, how many different fragrances do they really buy?
Right.
It's probably 5 or 6. I don't know. So this is really exciting to see that they're going to possibly delve into some fragrances that they just normally would not order and may fall in love with.
And one thing we know about our customers and our field is that they're all very loyal purchasers too. So if they love their crisp apple, they're going to always be buying that crisp apple from you. They might buy an apple vetiver in fall, but they're going to always buy that crisp apple. So again, with ScentFlirt, you really are able to give your customers a wider range of products. We have so much to offer. And we know it can be hard trying to get through all those fragrances to that new customer or existing customer at one time. So with ScentFlirt, they're going to be trying all different types of things every single month.
That's cool. So, I was just thinking about, because we re-recorded this, so today's Friday, October 25th. So what's happening today? This stuff's going out, right?
I know! Yay!
It's pretty, I just thought about that. It's like, oh my gosh, like ScentFlirt's going to be leaving our warehouse today in those cool pink envelopes.
I actually went to the warehouse earlier this morning, and it was so fun to see all of the ScentFlirts just lined up and ready to go. It's so awesome, like watching the products from creation to development and being shipped out, and just seeing everyone's feedback the last, couple weeks, 2 weeks has been just amazing, and the excitement is just so there, and we're just really happy to see this program just help everyone with their business.
Well, I hope that you will take a picture if you can. I don't know if it's too late, but you should, because we'd love to see what that looks like. It's got to be amazing, because there's like how many thousands of them going out? Yeah, so that's so, and people know at this point that it is closed basically for new subscribers, but be assured it's coming back. This isn't going to be something where it's going to be unavailable for the next 3 months. That's not going to be the case at all, and we're not necessarily saying when it's coming back, but don't worry, it'll be back. You'll be able to order it soon. And those October and November hosts, they're going to be getting their coupons by text. So make sure you're putting your cell phone numbers in your host record. That is not your cell phone number, but theirs, because the system is going to be checking for that. But anyway, so we will have the opportunity, of course, to add additional people, and those coupons will be going out today, actually. Yeah, that's really exciting too. And so let your host know that, when it becomes available, communication will go out. Of course, they should make sure they jump on right away and use that coupon, because it could go out again. I mean, we've really ramped up, I think, done a good job of prepping for this, but it has far exceeded our expectations. So,
you never know.
Yeah, you never know. It's so true. So very exciting. Okay, so how do you see the program like benefiting the consultants? And you talked a little bit about it already with exposing their customers to different essences and different fragrances, but how else is it going to benefit them?
I think especially for new consultants, ScentFlirt is could be the foundation for starting your business. I mean, we know that getting your host to host parties sometimes is a little bit difficult, and introducing the blend bash process might be difficult too, but this program is a very easy conversation starter of saying, hey, I have these new sprinkles. Join this subscription program and get some straight to your mailbox every single month. So this is great for your new customers to try new products, but also for your existing customers that you have that are already loyal to you and hosting those parties, just to keep getting newer and newer items sent to their door. This also is great. I know last week you talked about the number of subscriptions needed to help you with your business. I think it's 17 that you need to help you get to that first level. That is 17 people that you automatically are hitting your numbers every single month on a very consecutive basis. So if you're someone who has lots of parties and just wants to get some more income, ScentFlirt is great. If you're someone who's not really doing parties as much, but you want to, but you have some very loyal customers, ScentFlirt is also great. So this program is great for any type of customer that you have, because it really does attract both markets.
Yeah, that's good. That's a really good point. And the 17 number that she's talking about, and you need to listen to this past Monday's training when we talk about income, because that basically helps you to become bonus qualified. So that just kind of sets that foundation in place. And then all the other things that you're doing during the month is doing nothing but enhancing your SV and your income potential. And you get it up high enough, and it's going to drop you into the 30 and 35% commission levels, which again just increases the income. And every time you walk out the door, you're not leaving money on the table. So there's those enhanced 5 and 10% sales bonuses that you can earn on commission, that ScentFlirt can help you get to that level consistently every single month.
Right.
So, and there is one thing I want to mention before I forget is, people are asking, and we've had a lot of questions about what can they expect for ScentFlirt, because we know, as we talked about earlier, they're used to selling a product. They know what it is. They know what the customer's buying. ScentFlirt isn't that way. So maybe address that a little bit about the surprise element, because I think that's so key with these subscription programs.
Right. So with the subscription program, you're not selling just a product, which I know is very different for our consultants. They're used to knowing exactly what they're selling to their customers and being able to speak to it 100% confidently. But the difference with the subscription program is you really are selling a product and an experience. You're selling the element of surprise, which makes subscriptions so much fun. You know, FabFitFun is a subscription that a lot of consultants I see on Facebook have and talk about all the time. And that's when you sign up every month, you get something new in your box. You don't know what you're getting, but you know the value is there. That is exactly what ScentFlirt is also. You know the value that you're getting, but we're giving you that element of surprise that makes it fun for your consultants. That they're not going to know what they're getting every month, but they know that they're getting fragrance, of course, that they love, and trying new products. So you are really truly selling a different level of product to your customer. You're giving them something that I can confidently say, we really did think of this entire program 100% thoroughly to make sure that this is perfect for your customers who want that added level of customer service and newness and funness every single month.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you happen to have, because I didn't ask you before we started this, do you happen to have October sitting there by chance?
I do not have it with me.
Okay, no big deal.
Earlier, but I can go over what was in it just for
that'd be great.
the consultants who wanted to know. So if you were at Rally, you did happen to see the first month of ScentFlirt. If you weren't, I'm going to go over it really quickly. Just to answer some questions that were asked too, I took note of at Rally. So in the first month of October ScentFlirt, you got 2 samples of the Paisley's Pick fragrance. This was very strategic. We put the Paisley's Pick fragrance that is going live in November. So today is October 25th. If your customers are in ScentFlirt, they're getting a sample, 2 samples of the November Paisley's Pick. This was because if they love the fragrance, they're going to have it in their hands and have the entire month of November to purchase that jar of sprinkles and even possibly host a party and earn more incentives with that fragrance. This was done for consultants to be able to really speak to our monthly Paisley's Pick that we have that month and really help you book those parties for the month of November. Also in the October ScentFlirt was samples of Farmhouse cider. There was 2 of them, and there was also two 1-ounce bags of the Let It Snow. A question that we got asked very frequently these last 2 weeks was, why was there 2 of the same samples in the ScentFlirt subscription for October? We know we have 56 fragrances, but again, this program is really for new customers and existing customers, and we wanted to give them fragrances that they can, 1, enjoy by themselves, and then 2, possibly mix with something else. So Farmhouse cider is a fragrance, for example, that's a top seller and has been for years. We gave them 2 ounces of those so they can burn 1 by itself and then maybe mix 1 with something else that they would have not done otherwise. The same thing with Let It Snow. We added a new fragrance in there from the new catalogs. They're able to give them a little bit of the Christmas fragrances into their hands. And we also even added a winter catalog in the October ScentFlirt for your customers, which I think is pretty cool. If I was a consultant and my direct sales company was sending my customers the brand new catalog launched, I would be so happy and so ecstatic. So I think that's pretty awesome.
Really, really awesome. And just for newer people that may not know, in that sample, that 1 ounce, that equals 3 scoops.
Right. Yes.
Okay. So, and that would be what would typically we would recommend that you burn it at the same time. So yeah. So I think it's really awesome, and I love the fact that they added a catalog. And that's not always going to be the case. I mean, you just never know. But I think it's really incredible with this new catalog that is so. You guys have done such an amazing job with it. I love it. It's really nice if your customers are getting it for sure. So is there anything else that you can think of? Well, I was going to mention one thing before I go on, is the other thing I think consultants should be really excited about is, this business that we are in direct sales and party plan, there are a lot of people that come and go in this business. They test it a little bit. They want to see if they can be successful at it. They see a product they like, maybe I can share it with my friends and family. Some people go on to create awesome businesses with it. And for some people, it doesn't work. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just the reality of what we deal with. So when you deal with someone, you meet a consultant at a party, and 6 months later, you have no idea if that consultant's still in the business. If you've never heard from them, you don't know if you're having regular communication. That's why follow-up, of course, in this business is so key, because people do know that consultants come and go. I mean, it's just what happens. So I love that this program is putting you and your name and your brand as a consultant in front of your customers every single month. So they are never going to forget that you are their consultant and that you are still in the business and you're developing Pink Zebra, and they can count on you. So I think that's a huge thing for consultants, and to just have that ongoing communication with their customers through ScentFlirt. So anyway, I'd be all over it if I was a consultant, I can tell you that.
I'm so excited. We've gotten such great feedback about this program, and it only is our first shipment going out. So we just can't wait to hear all of these success stories that do and help you guys with your business and grow your customer base just amazingly.
Absolutely. And everybody needs to be suggesting to their customers, since especially this month, because it's so brand new, like they need to be posting when they get through their, their opening, whatever unveiling you want to call it, using the, hashtag PZ ScentFlirt. Like, get your customers to do that, because the more they do that on their pages and have them like you or tag you, whatever, your network of communication and that going out is going to just spread like crazy. So encourage them to do that. Mm-hmm.
Right. I can say for sure we're not the first direct sales to have a subscription, but I do think ours is the most strategic and the most thought out one. We subscribed to subscription boxes and programs for the last year and a half, I would say, really doing research and seeing, well, how can we make ours the best one out there? And so we believe for fragrance lovers that this is the best subscription that there is.
So, I mean, there's a definite strategy in mind. You're mentioning that. I'm not going to talk about any specific company by any means, but there is one doing something where they're basically taking, I'll say old inventory, and they're putting it into the box. And in our case, we did not want it. We could have done that.
We could have, but we did not do that.
Exactly.
This is new, fun, exciting product for you guys that we're excited to get into your hands and get feedback. We'll be having new product launches through this program. So this really is a very exciting thing every single month to get to your customers.
Absolutely. So, and Wall Hug obviously is out there. We know that it's coming, and we know it's going to be in a winter subscription, and we hope sooner than later, but you never know. And I mean, this is a really great way for us too, as a company, to just kind of test market. Like, are people falling in love with this as much as we think, they will? So, yeah. And it was interesting. I heard, I think from Tom on one of our meetings about people have asked why we didn't do sprinkles in a plug-in versus soaks. And one of the things he said, which I thought was really interesting, is that the liquid soak, of course, it evaporates over time, and when it's empty. I mean, any of the other liquid plug-ins, when the thing's done, you can see there's no more liquid in there. So that's part of this, is they can see, and they're going to be replenishing, which, obviously is going to help your reorder business, which is awesome. So,
and it's blendable. So it's just, totally
different. And that's another really cool thing.
Totally different.
Yeah, because there's no one else doing a blendable in a plug-in, right?
Nope, not that I know of.
Yeah. So, not that somebody won't in the future when they see what we're doing, but right now that's not a possibility. So, is there anything else that you would want to share about future ScentFlirt subscriptions?
No secrets that I can give away, but I can share some more just research that we know that might help you as a consultant, sell this program. Again, we researched subscriptions for the last year, and our research showed us that most people who do subscribe to a program are in it for at least 6 months, which is a great thing for your customers to get those reorders every single month. And then currently, as of today, 65% of all households have at least one subscription already. These programs are becoming more popular, but they're not a new concept. Netflix, for one, is a subscription that we all have and don't think of that way, but that ideally is what it is. Amazon Prime is a subscription too. So as of today, 65% of all households have a subscription, and then within the next year, 35% more people are going to be adding a subscription to their house. So this is the perfect time for ScentFlirt in 2019 to get this ball started on all these new fun programs.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if you're not a current subscription, they probably have Netflix and things like that. But if they're not doing something like BarkBox or Birchbox or Ipsy, all those different things out there, they might not really understand like what this thing is all about. And so it's like, if you do any research on it, it's amazing what has happened in the subscription program business in the last couple of years. So it's very exciting that we're part of this whole big thing that's going on. Yeah.
And it is very different than your typical product, as Connie was saying earlier. It is a very different thing. So I'm so glad that you were able to do all this training for the consultants, because we realize that it is a different selling technique. Needed. You're not selling just a one-time thing. You're selling a continuous product every month. And this is another great way to reach out to your customers who might not talk to you all the time and get feedback on products and open them up to new things. So this program will also open up a door of communication for you to talk to your consultants, your customers even more.
That's a really good point. And for you to be doing follow-up with them as well, because I think sometimes consultants are nervous about contacting customers. They don't want to bug them. They don't want to appear pushy. I mean, it's so silly, because the follow-up is what creates that communication and that loyalty and all of that. And I think, personally, I appreciate when, if a retailer, and it doesn't happen very often, ever called me and asked me what I thought about a product or if I was happy with my purchase. You just have to think about it from a service place, not from a sales place. So when you come from a servitude heart, which, so many of our people have, it does change the experience for your customers. And so I think just following up with some of your ScentFlirt subscribers, because they can be great future hosts. They certainly can be good referrals. We've talked about them creating kind of their own referral program, where some of their subscribers, find 3 other people that you don't currently do business with, how you can really expand your customer base that way as well. And even thinking about new markets, like if you're not doing any business in any given state, asking your customers, who do you know in New Jersey or in Ohio or in Texas or in whatever? I mean, it gives you an opportunity to just expand your base considerably. So we have a lot of areas that don't know anything about Pink Zebra.
Right, for sure. And this definitely, ScentFlirt is such a great, as you were saying, relationship builder to start that relationship with your new customers who you might not feel comfortable reaching out to them. This is the easiest way to do it. Get them into ScentFlirt and send them a quick text or email or phone call. Hey, how did you like this month's subscription? What was in it? Tell me all about it. What did you burn first? Like, this program can open up so many open-ended questions for you to use to talk to your customers.
Absolutely. So, and then, do you need more warming products? Because plain and simple,
you need more.
You need more. There's no question. What room isn't covered yet, for sure. So, and even for new people that maybe you've been trying to do some business with, but maybe they've been resistant to hosting a party or to even going to a party. And I've heard that from consultants numerous times. What a great way to just inexpensively find out if Pink Zebra could be your thing, plain and simple. So if they're going to subscribe, they're going to need a warming product, of course. So that's an opportunity for you to upsell that. So once they get the subscription, they obviously have something to warm it in, because we want them to use a Pink Zebra product to do that. So it just, to me, it has just so many different benefits for sure. So before we say goodbye to everybody, is there anything else you would want to add?
I think that was it. I think that's all I could think of. What about you?
No, I'm good. I'm excited about all that's coming, and I can't wait for us to start seeing the posts on Facebook, because it'll probably start next week, depending on how long packages take to arrive certain areas. I think we're going to see a little bit of Facebook flurry going on, in my opinion, for ScentFlirt, which is so awesome. And then again, I want to remind everybody about next Monday, which is literally 3 days from now, and the date is the 28th, I think. We're 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, and we'll have Shannon Fetters on, who's going to share some ideas about going into some new markets through social media. So she's got some great stuff that she's preparing for that. So hopefully you'll join us on Consultant Corner Live, and we'll put the recording again, just like we've done before, on in the PZA Academy. And I'm going to do a plug for the Academy, because I just realized I forgot to change my name so it says Tom Gaines in the I am not Tom Gaines, just so you know. So I usually have to change that, and I totally forgot. So then I just lost my train of thought. What the heck was I saying?
You were talking about PZA Academy, which
okay, thank you. Yeah, so it's on the training tab. You obviously have to sign up and sign in and get your password and all of that. But there's so much great training out there. And if any of you are you're struggling with getting customers, you're not sure how to sample, you're not sure how to, host your party, maybe you're brand new and you haven't even done your launch yet. I mean, there's literally just anything that you might possibly want to learn it. So, I mean, it's not completely done, but there's so much great stuff out there. I just really, what's that?
It's a great starting point.
Oh, it is a huge starting point. So whether you're trying to create consistency, getting to Peak Sapphire, whatever it may be, whatever your income needs may be or your goals are, I think the academy, the training that's in there can really help you. So Brittainy, thank you. It's been a pleasure. Nice to see you. Okay. I think, people, I don't know if a lot of people know that I work for the company, of course, but I don't work in your offices in Sugar Land. So I have my little remote. I know. We have this little remote spot in Greenville, South Carolina. So anyway, so it's always a pleasure to have an opportunity to see you, Brittainy. Okay.
Thank you. You as
Thanks
well.
for your time. All right. Bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye.